We are live, everyone, with NoDQ.com's official predictions video for WWE Money in the Bank 2023. If you're in the chat room, Noah Foster just posted a link to the NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League where you can send in your picks for Saturday's Money in the Bank premium live event, which will be in London, England. 3 p.m. start time. I'm loving it. Right in the afternoon. I'll be coming live on the air at 6 o'clock, somewhere around there, 6:30, maybe 7. I don't think it's going to be more than 3 hours. The WWE shows are usually around 3 hours these days. So I'll be coming on the air around 6 o'clock Eastern time to give my thoughts. But for now, we have our predictions. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know this cast, but here's a little refresher course. First up, he hasn't been on in a while, but happy to have him here with us again. Steve-O of the Too Sweet Cosplay. How's it going, man? Welcome back.
Good evening, guys. It's good to see you all. I'm glad to be back in the NoDQ Galaxy doing videos. Money in the Bank should be a pretty good show. We'll see how it goes, but glad to be here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this show?
You know what? I'm going to go with a 7 for now. It could get a little higher. I was kind of hoping they would take a break from the Money in the Bank concept. I was looking forward to the return of King of the Ring, just because the last couple winners have not been so hot. The women are always cashing in the same night or maybe a week later on Raw. Hopefully that they switch it up a bit. The men's winners, besides Big E, it's not been so hot, but I'll get into it more later. But overall, it's always a fun concept. I think it'll be a good show.
Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Leave your comments as we go match by match. Contribute, post your thoughts, and I will put up some of your comments here on the screen. TJS, welcome back to the No DQ panel. Your thoughts on Money in the Bank scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, man. WWE really has their finger on the pulse with this time. It's on a Saturday and it's in the afternoon. That's awesome. Meanwhile, AEW's ending shows at midnight on a Sunday. I don't know. I love the time, and I think that this is going to be a great show. I don't think any matches on the card look bad. I always love some ladder matches, and we got the Bloodline Civil War, so I've got to give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, and last but certainly not least, he runs the No DQ Predictions League, and let's go ahead and real quick take a look at where things stand amongst the No DQ crew. Mikey T and Steve-O and Walter are tied for first. They are the co-champions as of now. Myself, Big G, Caitlin, and Noah, and Jeff are close. It's a tight race here for sure. Steve-O, you're the only one here that's a co-champion, so good luck to you. Noah, how are you feeling about this show?
Hey, hello, everybody. Cheers across the pond to those that are also watching, as of course we will be in jolly old England. I'm doing well. It's good to see you once again, Aaron, TJ. Always a pleasure. From one IT guy to another. Steve-O, too sweet me. And everybody in the chat, good to see y'all too. I'm feeling good about this PLE. Coming off a great professional wrestling pay-per-view for AEW. Now we turn face to WWE and see what they can do with this PLE. Money in the Bank for me is always that suspension of disbelief for somebody seizing the ultimate opportunity. But with the way they're trying to limit it as going for any title, I'm kind of a little concerned. That being said, Bloodline storyline is compelling. They actually have a world championship on the line, and the women have a 100% success rate. But maybe we'll actually get one holding it longer than a single night. Either way, there's a pretty good card for this show, and it's definitely a good time slot. So I'm with Steve-O here. A 7 out of 10. And it's good to see y'all once again.
Good to see you
Absolutely. We have a pretty solid card, in my opinion. The main event, the Bloodline Civil War, should be a hell of a match. I'm really looking forward to the men's Money in the Bank, and in particular, who wins this match. I'm very interested in that. Women's Money in the Bank will be good, and the rest of the card will be solid, but I feel like there's several filler matches on the card. I'm going with an 8, partly because I think the card is pretty strong overall, and it is in London, and it's at 3 p.m. I think an 8. I think it's going to be a very good show and could surpass last year's. I think I gave last year's a B+, and this does have potential to beat out last year with the strength of this card. So anyways, we are going to go ahead and get started with this right now. We're going to kick it off hot with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Io Sky, Trish Stratus. Thank you, Trish, for being in this match. We got Zoe Stark. We got TJS's favorite, Bayley. We got Zelina Vega. And we got Becky Lynch, who has been making a big deal out of trying to win Money in the Bank, the one thing she hasn't done yet in WWE. So for Money in the Bank, just like we have done in previous years, you get 2 picks. If your primary pick wins, you get 2 points. And if your secondary pick wins, you get 1 point. So, Steve-O, we will start with you on this one. Women's Money in the Bank. We're all hoping that the winner will hold on for just a little bit longer than a day. That would be nice.
Absolutely.
What do you think is going to happen in this one?
Absolutely. Should definitely not be cashing the night on, not tomorrow, the next night on Raw, not a week after on Raw. It needs to be for a good while. I think so far the longest has been Carmella, which was almost a year, give or take. But anyways,
Correct.
Getting into the match. Good lineup of wrestlers. Definitely good choices with the women. Becky Lynch winning would be pretty cool since she's never done it, but I don't think that's happening. You got some 2 up-and-comers with Io Sky and Zoe Starks. Either of them would be nice winners, but I'm actually going to – maybe this is a bold pick. I don't know, but I'm going with Trish Stratus to win, just to say, hey, she's done it. I'm not sure how much longer she's going to be in the WWE for wrestling, but I think we could see another success. I think we could see her have another women's title run in the future, and I think she'll cash in on a face champion at some point. If it's not her, then I'm going to go with Io Sky. I think they're going to try to have her have a big breakout moment and see where it goes.
Well, thank you for that. And I think your dog was trying to agree with Trish Stratus because your dog remembers that time that Trish barked like a dog on Monday Night Raw. Anyways, TJS, we'll throw it over to you now.
Well, first, Aaron, I want to know, do you remember when Vince McMahon kissed Rikishi's ass on SmackDown?
Yes, I do. When The Rock was there and made sure that he did it.
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to... All right. So...
that was random.
I watched the segment the other day, and it was so funny.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So I think this is a super easy match to call because you have to think about it like this. Okay. All due respect, I think anyone that thinks Io is winning is crazy. There's no way that Io wins. Same thing with Zelina. I don't see it happening. I think Bayley and Io cancel each other out. I think there's going to be some dissension where neither of them win. I think Zelina definitely is not winning. I think for secondary, I'm going to say Trish Stratus. And for primary, I'm saying Zoe Stark for primary. You know what? Swap them. I think Trish is primary, Zoe secondary. Because here's what I think is going to happen. You guys are going to love this.
Go for it.
Trish Stratus wins the briefcase, tries to cash in, and then Becky cost her the cash-in match. And then we get Trish versus Becky at SummerSlam. I don't want it to happen, but that's what I see going down.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, but...
Well, I think Steve-O's dog might disagree with you on that one. Noah, what are your thoughts on this match?
This is a really interesting field, and I will say this. Remember last year's winner was the babyface that people got behind. Everybody wanted to see win. It was Liv Morgan. Hey, look, dog cameo.
Love it.
Hello. Whoops, got my pen. So anyway, I really kind of think about Zelina Vega being a dark horse in this match, but Io Sky, Io Shirai, no strangers to ladders. I do see the damage control thing finally having a fallout, but with Io Sky winning the briefcase and Bayley already being a previous Money in the Bank winner, yeah, I can see fallout for that. But I look at Becky Lynch, who's never won this, her only accolade, and maybe that's the way that you get Becky Gaga again, and somehow Rhea Ripley does a complete face turn, because maybe Judgment Day turns a complete 360. And then you got Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark, which will basically screw Becky. So it's really odd looking at this match where it doesn't seem like no clear-cut winner on paper. So I actually kind of am going a little bit random here with this, and I'm just going to see what happens. My first pick, primary just because of the momentum and where we are, and the fact she hasn't done it. I'm gonna say Becky Lynch, because when it comes to the babyface winning the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank has a 100% cash in success rate. Becky Lynch could be the first to fail because of Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark, thus considering that feud. So I'm going to say that Becky Lynch is primary. But as far as secondary, with the fallout of Damage Control, you got to look at either Zoe Stark, which would be completely random, but then Trish can try and control it like Christian Cage controls the TNT title for Luchasaurus. And then you got Selena Vega, who honestly, she's the one that literally could surprise you. So just to have fun, even though we're not in Vegas, why the heck not? Plus, who knows? It might be the last chance Selena Vega has at a women's championship. My primary is Becky Lynch. My secondary is Selena Vega.
Wow. So sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say that could you guys see like Zoe doing all the work and then, letting Trish climb up the ladder? Like Trish just, yeah. See,
that might be how it goes, actually. I could almost see that being part of how it works.
Trish ain't taking no ladder bumps. She's like 45. So, yeah, I just think Trish and Zoe are the two safest picks. I don't think it's going to be Becky because didn't she stand strong on Raw?
Yep.
So, but maybe it's a swerve. I don't know. I'm just saying I think Trish and Zoe.
It's fair. Hey, Son goes a coup.
Yes, shout out to Son.
The Super Saiyan of no DQ.
Looking forward to having him back on a future video. He's been a busy man as of late. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, I would rather hear a dog barking than a Ronda Rousey promo.
Damn.
There you go. Right there.
And the zingers begin tonight. All right. So, TJS, you made up a great point with Becky Lynch standing tall, which normally would mean to me that she's not winning, right? Like, typically the person who stands tall on the go-home show does not win at the pay-per-view. But she feels like realistically the best choice because you have two heel champions right now, Asuka and Rhea Ripley. So if you look at it from that perspective, it would make sense for a babyface to win to challenge the heel for Money in the Bank. Now, Io Sky is the betting odds favorite. This is very interesting.
Really?
Everyone seems to think that Io Sky is going to be getting this significant push. Yeah. So I guess because I really don't know, like I feel this match, anybody with the exception of Zelina, with all due respect, Noah, I don't think
wild card sometimes.
she very much feels like a wild card to me. I don't think Bayley's winning. Like, just don't see that happening.
I can see that.
I am going to go with Io Sky as my number one pick, just because she's the betting odds favorite, and I suppose she would make sense because they've kind of turned her babyface now, and she could break away from Bayley, feud with Asuka for the title maybe. And my second pick is going to be Becky Lynch. Even though she did stand tall at the end of Raw, she would make the most sense to challenge either Rhea Ripley or Asuka. TJS?
And the key thing, yes, TJS, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, Aaron, so you don't think that it's possible that Trish wins and then tries to cash it and Becky costs her?
Yeah, but I really don't want that because...
me either.
Yeah, I hope not either.
We need to have the Money in the Bank holder chase for a while. Now, that could be a reason why maybe somebody who is a heel right now could win. Maybe that's
what I'm
maybe
saying.
There's a title change. So it could be Trish and maybe Becky Lynch beats Rhea Ripley at some point and they finish that feud for the title. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong about
Trish Stratus does not need another championship, but she doesn't need definitely a championship through Money in the Bank. And guys, keep this in mind. Neither women's championship is booked for Money in the Bank. So there's no chance right now of a same night cash in.
Oh, wow.
That's
I didn't think about that.
Did you forget about that?
Mm-hmm.
I did. I'm not going to lie.
And as far as why the disrespect of Zelina, it's nothing against her. She got her push. They're not going to push her. Like they put her in that title match because the show was in Puerto Rico. And she's part of the LWO, so she's got a little bit of momentum, but they're not going to seriously push her. I don't think so. I would be very surprised if she won. I could be eating those words. Like after this pay-per-view, I could be like, oh crap, I was wrong.
And sometimes you just got to throw a dart and see what happens if you get a bullseye or the outer ring. So I'm just like, why not Selena? Because everyone else has some sort of storyline. She doesn't. So who knows? She might surprise
That's true.
us. All
Yeah,
she has to do is grab the case. Who knows? It could just drop in her hands.
Well, I mean, yeah, Otis won, so
Right. And hopefully with Triple H supposedly having the creative power, that this year's booking will make more sense. But anyways, Big G sent in a $5 super chat. Shout out to Big Baller G. He said, hey there, everyone. Not feeling well today, but stopping in to catch all the fun. Hashtag happy to be here. We appreciate that, Big G. Much love to you. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And Psycho Jet Black sent in $5. Thank you for that. Says, I could see WWE doing this where they have Charlotte lose her match, joins Money in the Bank as a surprise, and wins like Lesnar. Hey, maybe they could recreate Ricochet where he's standing up there. Or no, it was Ali. It was Ali standing up there, and then Brock Lesnar comes out and he just freezes. Maybe Zelina Vega is on the verge of winning, and you hear bow down to the queen, and she comes out there and
or maybe Adam Pearce makes it official and adds her as another participant like Austin Theory, and that just throws the match out for everybody, and she wins.
Oh my god! Yeah, well, think about this. The men's Money in the Bank has 7. This one only has 6. So there's who knows? Maybe they'll add another one to make it 7.
Right. And as Dwayne says here, Nikki ASH did win a few years ago, and it sucked. We don't want somebody that the company doesn't want to push winning the briefcase. Bottom line. Anyways,
let's be honest. The women's Money in the Bank briefcase has not been taken seriously since Carmella won it, and she only won it because of James Ellsworth.
Yeah, and then they had to redo it for whatever weird reason.
On SmackDown, and it was still the same result.
Jesus.
That's almost why I feel Becky should win, just so you have somebody that's going to be pushed, guaranteed winning that briefcase.
But she could be the first one that fails on the cash-in.
Yeah,
just
but I think
John Cena.
Yeah, I think it's Trish that's gonna fail to cash in, but I need to stop repeating that, or it's gonna happen.
I hope she doesn't fail or cash in. I actually think she deserves a decent run.
Yeah. And remember, TJS, I don't make your predictions official until noon Saturday. So please keep second guessing yourself.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
Yes, and I love it.
And no, I don't think Zoe's gonna win for Trish and pull a Christian. If anything, she'll help Trish win. That's something I could see happening. I think that's more likely. But we're gonna move on now. We said our piece on that match. Let's move on. Speaking of Ronda Rousey, that you'd rather hear a dog barking than a Ronda Rousey promo. We got the women's tag team title match. We got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Not sure what the hell's going on with that makeup. Going up against Liv Morgan and Raquel. Raquel and Liv, of course, never lost the titles because Liv got injured. Noah Foster, I'll start with you on this one. It's cool that Liv and Raquel are getting their match, but don't see them winning the titles here. I'm just feeling like this is something for Ronda and Shayna to do, another team to go through as they continue their dominance. What do you think is going to happen?
Why is this not a la Dawn and Alba Fire versus freaking Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for undisputed women's tag team championship unification? I'm just saying. Ronda and Shayna wins, move on. Why is Raquel and Liv once again a tag team? Why is Raquel for the upteenth time in a tag team scenario when they should be pushing her as a mega single star? Drop the smile, go badass, break the entire roster, become something, damn it. It's not hard to book. It's hard to freaking finance. Ronda and Shayna wins next.
All right. TJS, what are your thoughts?
Ditto.
That's it.
Who cares about this damn? I didn't even know this was a match on the card.
I know you were legitimately surprised.
Yeah, I heard you talking about Ronda. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I saw the graphic. I take it back. This is the easiest one to predict of the night. New champ. Or no, not new champ.
Whoa!
No. Not new champ.
Chat, timestamp that. He literally said new champ.
Mark it down.
No.
I'm putting down Liv and Raquel for you. You said new champ.
No. I think that Ronda and Shayna are going to hold these titles until, I don't know. Eventually they're just going to probably retire the championships, honestly. Who's going to beat them?
Yeah, there's not a lot of good choices right now because there's not much of a division.
Unless they get Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg suddenly booked for WWE, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, simple as that. Noah.
Aw, poor dog.
Well,
She
anyways,
even doesn't want to hear about this match.
Steve-O, your dog is maybe giving you some advice on how to
Yeah, he's
predict
giving
this
me
one.
a little pep talk. But yeah, the short of it, Ronda, Shayna, retain. The only thing else I can really add to this is I think that maybe Raquel will betray Liv Morgan and a match, or at least I hope so, because I don't want to see this tag team anymore. It's actually completely awful. I am happy that Liv is back earlier. Apparently, she was supposed to be out longer, but she had the injury. They got her back in sooner, so I'm just happy that she's healthier. But let's not see this tag team anymore. But yeah, that's it.
It would be the first time someone turned on Liv Morgan. Hello, Rhea Ripley. Seriously, come on.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think we're all in agreement on this one. This is a filler match.
Is this the only women's match booked on this card, by the way, besides Women's Money in the Bank?
I think so.
Yes.
Wow, 2 champions. You don't even have either of them booked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, next up we have the Intercontinental Championship match.
This is going to be my match.
Yeah.
We have the Ring General, Gunther, defending his championship against Bro, Matt Riddle. And I know this will be a good match. Gunther's going to kick his ass, but it's predictable as far as I'm concerned also. Gunther's not losing. He's breaking the Honky Tonk Man's record as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Matt Riddle sure as hell ain't going to be the one to dethrone him. So I'm going with Gunther to retain, and it'll be a really good match. But yeah, Matt Riddle's going to be very sore in the morning. TJS, what do you think?
Well, I want to mention, I'm sure you've seen the rumors of the reported upset that may be occurring at Money in the Bank. Have you seen those reports, Aaron? Like they're saying that there's going to be, yeah. So I'm wondering which match that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be this one. Like I don't see Riddle winning the title from Gunther while he's on this run, or at least not until he breaks the record. So I think Gunther wins, but I'm very curious about that upset and which match it applies to. But I think this is going to be a really hot match. The crowd's going to be on fire. So yeah, Gunther wins.
All right, Steve-O, what do you think?
Honestly, Gunther wins. Interesting. I didn't see that story about the reported upset. I know some people were saying, in one of the forums I'm in, was saying something about, maybe Riddle wins it at SummerSlam instead, and this feud continues. That could be a possibility, but I'm not too sure about that, honestly. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, Riddle's coming out to help Sami Zayn and KO, but I don't think they're going to do jack for him this Saturday, even if the Imperium guys cause them any issues, they're probably not going to come out.
They're not even on. It sucks that they're not even on the card.
Yeah, that's true. They're not. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a very good match. Say what you want about Riddle, but he puts on some good matches. Gunther's amazing. I think this will be a great match, but I just can't see him losing it. Gunther
right. All right, Noah, you're up next.
The Ring General continues to show the mat is sacred, as he has been one of the most dominant Intercontinental champions of all time. And I have not cared about this title since the Miz in 2016. He is on an unstoppable roll. He deserves to surpass the Honky Tonk Man. He is one of the best workhorses on that entire WWE roster. Somebody is on something worse than 100% proof Guinness if they think Gunther is losing the Intercontinental Championship. The Ring General retains, for the mat is sacred. Oh, and this, by the way, is not the first time these two have encountered each other, but the result will be the same as last time. I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Going to be a fun match, and a lot of speculation, rumor, and innuendo about Randy Orton possibly returning. I'll believe it when I see it, though.
Yeah.
I feel that when he does come back, it's going to be like an RKO when you don't see it coming. It's going to be out of nowhere. And now that people are talking about it and it's rumored, I think it would be hard to pull off too with the international travel and the greater chance of being spotted. So I don't think it's going to happen personally, but that could be like maybe on Raw or sometime in the near future to set up SummerSlam. Maybe Imperium versus RK Bro reunited. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Do you, Aaron, just real quick, do you remember when WWE leaked their own leaked their own surprise about Undertaker being spotted at a market in Saudi Arabia? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They literally
I remember that.
Oh, and here's an interesting comment from Psycho Jet Black. He sent in $5. He says, "Are you worried that when Gunther breaks the Honky Tonk Man's record, then he immediately loses it in a random Raw match instead of waiting until WrestleMania?" Yeah, I remember they did that with Nikki Bella when she broke that record and then immediately dropped the title. I see where you're going with that, Psycho Jet Black, but I think he'll hold it until the time is right. I think they're going to have somebody that they want to push and have beat him, and they'll wait until the time is right and not just
it'll be somebody that proves their worth, not just to the title, but to what the Ligne General holds himself to when it comes to the caliber of what you need to be in that ring, whether against him or holding this title. And at this point, if it's not either Dragunov, WWE, good luck figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Vince isn't booking, I think Gunther will hold it for a while.
I agree.
I don't want Braun to beat him.
Who would you have at this point?
Who would I have beat Gunther? I would say I wouldn't be opposed to Sheamus, but I think someone young needs it. You
Braun Breaker.
Braun can't even beat Carmelo Hayes.
To play devil's advocate, TJS, during the not my NXT, Braun Breaker did beat Gunther while he was holding the NXT championship.
Really? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if it's not either Dragunov or you say young person, JD McDonough, those guys got history going all the way back to Scrapplemania and Over the Top Wrestling. I really don't see anybody else.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next match, which again I think is going to be an entertaining match, but predictable. I think we can all, well, maybe not. I've seen a few theories about this one actually. Nothing to do with Austin Theory, but we got Cody Rhodes versus Dominik Mysterio. And in the build-up, Dominik has been booked to clearly be a guy that is not in Cody's league, a guy that is going to have little to no chance of winning. He's ducking Cody and sucker punching him and all that stuff. So nobody really believes that Dominik is going to beat Cody. Now, I have heard fan theories out there, and one of them was that Brock Lesnar might show up and cost Cody the match, giving Dominik the shocking upset win. Is that the upset that is being rumored or speculated on? Like, I would not expect that because, again, same thing as Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar traveling internationally, like I know he can maybe travel privately and hide from everybody, but Brock Lesnar is a hard man to be hidden from people. Like he's going to be noticeable. So I would be surprised if they would have Lesnar fly out to England to do this and interfere. But what do you guys think? Any interesting theories? Noah, what are your thoughts?
No contest. Brock Lesnar F5s both men, but I'm still saying Cody wins because Cody at this point should be facing Brock Lesnar in some sort of match at SummerSlam. Keep in mind, he called out Brock Lesnar for an open fight. He's not done with him after what happened at a freaking Night of Champions. So that's the bigger thing here. This is literally filler. And the fact that Dominik is booked in a singles match in a PLE versus Rhea Ripley right now, who has a freaking championship, I feel is kind of funny, but also shows the type of booking that they're doing and which one apparently is more important. Either way, Cody wins via disqualification or legitimately crossroads Dominik into oblivion. So I got Cody. Because unless Brock Lesnar shows up, Dominik is not being the guy that JJ still believes has to finish his story. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I see Cody losing is if Brock Lesnar interferes. I mean, there's no need for Cody to lose heading into a match with Brock Lesnar unless it's actually Brock that costs him the match. And I just don't see it happening. But TJS, we'll go over to you now with your thoughts.
Oh, man. How long do you think it takes before Cody shows up on NXT and says, "You know what other championship my dad never won? The NXT title. I'm gonna finish the story," and wins that.
God.
Are you trying to get Fisherman back in the booking seat?
I'm just saying, man. I think Cody. I retroactively think that Cody should have won at WrestleMania. I didn't originally think so. Yeah, I think he should have, but at first I didn't think so. Anyway, I think Cody is like super in need of a win here on a PLE. He lost the last 2 times to Brock, so I mean I think this is an open and shut case. I think Cody wins, and I don't think Lesnar's going to show up. I also don't think it's going to take 3 crossroads. I don't think it's going to take 3 crossroads to put down Dominik. I think Cody wins with 1 crossroads.
3 down. Cody Rhodes finisher.
Yeah. I think Cody's winning this. I do not see any upset in this particular match.
No.
Steve-O, your thoughts?
I already wrote Cody Rhodes across the page for all 4 of us. Come on.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Change it to Dominik, though. No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
Okay.
Got you there. But no, all seriousness, I think that, Dominik has like some great heel momentum going on. Like anytime he's in the arena, boo! And that's good, but I mean, it's just not going to matter for Cody. He needs to rebuild himself. Unless Brock Lesnar does show up, then maybe there's a chance. But for right now, I think Cody will do like almost one of those AEW style, like 20-minute matches or darn close to it. And then, but where Dominik puts a good effort and everything, but I think that Cody Rhodes is going to win the match and then go on to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam and most likely beat him. But we'll see.
And TJS, by the way, it's 1-1 Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes won at Backlash. Brock Lesnar won.
Oh, okay, yes.
Does that change your pick? Does Noah have to erase?
Oh, well, you know what, man? That really got me thinking, and I have to say, I think Cody's still going to win.
Okay, good person.
No,
right.
Seriously, like I think that this is just a match. I hate to say it, but I think it's a Cody showcase. It's
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most over babyface versus the heel with the most heat. So I think it's going to be a really good spectacle.
Yeah, crowd's going to be awesome for that.
And one of the biggest whoa-ohs we've heard, of course, from the O2 Arena.
Oh yeah.
And they might even chant "F you, Dom." We might get some profanity from those.
Well, we all know how unruly the crowd across the pond can be.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Or they'll chant "You're a wanker, Adam" or something.
It's like Will Ospreay. That's funny.
Psycho Jet Black sent it a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says 3 crosswords are better than 1 Mustafa Ali. Ouch.
True.
Damn.
That's brutal. What's that other chant they do? Who are ya? Or something like that?
Yeah, who are you? Who are you?
Wasn't he a referee recently in NXT, Mustafa Ali or something?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Feel bad for the guy, but it is what it is.
I thought he wanted his release. What happened to that?
Well, plans change, pal.
Oh,
they just don't want to do it. They're torturing him.
Because
I'm
still not my NXT.
Yeah, Ali would be the game changer that wins the war for AEW. I'm certain.
Anyways, let's move on.
Moving on.
Seth Freakin Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Bálor. Now, this will be interesting, being in the United Kingdom. Finn Bálor might actually get a babyface reaction in this match. It's going to be a fun one. I don't see Seth Rollins losing the title this soon, but I'll go around the panel here and see if anybody has a different opinion on this one. But before we get to that, I do have a super chat I wanted to read off from Psycho Jet Black. He said, will Tyson Fury come back to sing a song?
Oh,
no.
God.
But Steve-O's dog might bark a little bit more to entertain us. There you go. TGS, we'll go over to you now on this match. Seth Rollins and Finn Bálor should be a hell of a match. 7 years in the making. They had that match at SummerSlam in 2016, and do you think this can top that one?
Maybe. I think this one's a little bit more predictable, though. I think Finn has looked extremely strong in this build, right? Like, he's gotten the better of Rollins like every time. So I don't know. I want to mention again that rumored upset. Could it be this match? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that to establish this world title, you need to have Rollins have a long reign. And I mean, like you said, Aaron, I think it'll be one hell of a match, but I think Seth Rollins picks up the win over a very game Finn Bálor.
Sounds about right. Noah, we'll throw it over to you now.
I'm just curious if Finn Bálor is going to channel what he literally channeled against Seth back at SummerSlam 2016. And will we see the return of the Demon, even though he has such momentum on his side, according to what we've seen? Because Seth Rollins isn't going in here 100%. But to echo what TJS says, there's a reason why Seth freaking Rollins is this WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is a weekly mainstay presence on Monday Night Raw with a focused, vocal fan base. They're going to obviously want their inaugural champion, despite being a continued legacy, to have a longer run. So unless we get a same-night cash-in, I just can't see Seth freaking Rollins losing this. As far as what happens with Finn Bálor, I think this will be his Judgment Day, and some will finally change within that group because I think it's run its course with him as the leader. Judgment Day is becoming almost a freaking prototype Bullet Club at this point. They freaking took out Edge, and Finn Bálor, he's next on the chopping block. Wins the prime if it's JD McDonough. And why I like the idea of Drew McIntyre showing up here, and that's how you set maybe the match for SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre has been MIA. I don't know if they're going to necessarily do that. Either way, it's about this match. Whether we get an attempted cash-in, I still have Seth freaking Rollins leaving with that big gold belt. Seth freaking Rollins for the win.
All right, Steve-O, we'll throw it over to you with your thoughts on this match.
So, with my heart, I'd love for Finn Bálor to win. He's one of my favorite guys in the WWE. I'd be cool with him getting another world title chance as he got his Universal title run with Seth Rollins cut very short. He only held the Universal title for one day as the first ever champion. He's had 2 NXT, or was it 3 NXT world title runs? He had his return to NXT. I thought that was a very good run there, the return run, his previous run, of course, before he came to the main roster. But I'm going with reality, and the reality is that Seth Rollins will retain the title. I do think that London's going to be cheering for Finn and quite possibly booing Seth Rollins. Although, I mean, with the Cena-Lon, do you think that – I think that the crowd is definitely just Cena-Lon. But during the match, they're going to be booing Seth Rollins for sure and cheering for Finn. I'd be very cool with the Finn Bálor victory, but it's just not going to happen.
Right.
And one of the fan theories is that maybe Drew McIntyre shows up and maybe goes heel, and that sets up a match with Rollins at SummerSlam. I could definitely see that as a possibility. Now, Daryl sent in a ZAR $14 super chat. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Says, Damian Priest wins Money in the Bank and cashes in during this match. That's interesting. Like, they could do the same night cash in with the men this time, but I'd rather they not do that. I don't like the one same night cash-ins or one day cash-ins. I want to see somebody hold on to that briefcase for a good 6 months, if not more. And plus, Priest already lost to Seth Rollins. But, I mean, it is an idea if they want to push Priest and take him to the next level. And we'll get to the men's Money in the Bank in just a minute. Noah?
I think Priest is going to be in Finn Bálor's corner in this match, and that could literally be the guy with the judgment call that defines the ending here. We've seen some tension, I think, lately with Finn Bálor and Damian Priest based on that respect that Seth Rollins had for Damian Priest when he faced him one-on-one for the title, Aaron. Because Finn Bálor could have Judgment Day in his corner. If nobody else, Damian Priest. It really comes down, I feel like, to when this match also takes place. Because whether this closes the show, because it's the only championship match really on this thing, or it even opens the show like Night of Champions, I do think Damian Priest will add to this picture in some way.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty cool for Damian to actually have the briefcase just watching the match and then just luring that mystique of, does he help Finn Bálor beat Seth, or does he cash in and betray? But yeah, I don't think it's happening. I'll wait for the next match, but it would be a very interesting aspect to the match if that happened, if Damian actually won.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you guys, and myself included, the opportunity to change your pick for that Cody and Dominik match, because the Twitter account Worked Wrestling is saying that Brock Lesnar is expected to appear at Money in the Bank to set up a third gimmick match with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Now, if Brock Lesnar shows up, I mean, they're not going to fly him to London unless there's a good reason. Anybody want to change their pick?
Is this a credible account?
Yeah, Worked Wrestling has a pretty good track record.
Well, no.
Okay,
I'm sticking.
Sticking with.
If
Cody?
I change it, it'll be unofficially tomorrow in the nick of time before Noah's prediction.
All right.
He could
Just tag me, because like I said, I don't have notifications. Unless you tag me, I know nothing.
He can always show
pull
up
up-
after the match.
I'll pull up Vince McMahon last-minute creative changes before Raw
That's
starts.
11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday morning. But honestly,
Okay.
Brock shows up, yes, but I mean, Brock could literally just make the match be thrown out like he did at the Red Creative Hate 1 year ago when it was freaking
That is true.
Braun Strowman and what's his name?
One of you mentioned the idea that he just comes out there and takes out
F5's
both guys,
both.
and it's a no contest, or he attacks Dominik and Cody's
Cody
DQ'd or
wins,
something.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he shows up, I think it'll be after the match.
Yeah, that could happen too.
Yeah. F5 the ref, F5 Dominik, F5 Cody, F5 Adam Pearce. Bye, see ya.
All right, guys, we're going to move on now to our two main event matches here. First up, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We talked about them already. Damian Priest. We have Butch, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, who is
Yeah.
yeah, dummy. Undoubtedly the odds-on favorite. Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet. Oh, yeah, and there's a seventh guy in this match. His name just happens to be Logan Paul. Oh, boy. All right, so I'll go first on this one as far as my picks go. I've been saying this for weeks. If Logan Paul is in Money in the Bank, he's winning it. Now, my heart says LA Knight. I want LA Knight to win, but my brain says Logan Paul, because if he wins, he can go on his podcast with the briefcase. He can do media appearances with the briefcase. You have to look at it from the eyes of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. What would Vince do? What's going to bring in the most viewers and have the most eyeballs on that briefcase? That is Logan Paul winning that contract. And he lost his previous two big matches. He lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Seth Rollins. So now he needs a win. And Vince's attitude was, he lost twice. We gotta have him rebound and win. My number one pick is, as much as I hate to say it, and it'll be entertaining, but I know it's gonna create a shitstorm, Logan Paul to win Money in the Bank. And my number two pick is LA Knight, because I think that they are listening, and I think there's a decent chance he wins. I hope I'm wrong about Logan Paul, because I want LA Knight to win, but my pick officially for number one is Logan Paul. So, TJS, we'll throw it over to you now.
Well, I think the winner is obvious. Logan. I think I completely agree with you, Aaron. I hate to say this, but Logan Paul is my primary pick. Exactly what you said. He's going to appear on his podcast. People could say, oh, hey, man, what's that you have? And he say, oh, well, this is the Money in the Bank briefcase. And you could always tease like, oh, you never know when Logan Paul's going to show up, the cash in. You can always tease that. So hate to say it, but I agree with you. I think Logan is the primary, and I think LA Knight, if Logan wasn't in it, I think LA Knight would win. But yeah, those are my picks. Paul number one, Knight number two.
All right, so let's see if Noah Foster goes with any surprise picks here.
Let me talk to you. First off, I got the guy that shoots for the stars and falls like a comet. Then you got the impulsive viral disease of the internet. And then you got Finn Balor's lapdog. And then you got Bush, who's going to be the cast-off in Oliver Twist. Then you got the guy that's only known for freaking dancing with a spasm during his entrance. And then you got whose game? It's LA Knight's game. He's the mega star, so hop aboard the gravy train, because whose night is it? It's LA Knight. Yeah, so I'm definitely going with LA Knight as my primary. And as far as the secondary, whether Santos Escobar once again goes back with the cartel or learns how to wear a mask, I don't think he's going to win this either. So secondary, you just throw a dart at the board. You hope you hit the triple 20. Otherwise, you just go off the board, you drink a glass, and you just call it a dang night. We're in London, and Bush needs to go back to Pete Dunne. Prove to me that he remembers who he is. I'm going to go with Pete Dunne because him being Butch is a downright crime. And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. So I'm going with LA Knight and Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, follow that, Steve-O. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm not going to follow that motivational talk and stuff, so I'm not even going to try. But here's my takes. I'm going to throw in someone I'd love to see win with Hart, of course. Shinsuke Nakamura. I was happy with their little mini push they were giving him on Raw, and I'd like to really see him and Roman Reigns have a pay-per-view match. Ever since they teased it 2 years back, and then they bait and switched it with Adam Pearce, then baited switched it again with another Roman Reigns and KO match. I felt so bad for Nakamura. I wanted him to have that shot, but because it's not happening, let's just get into the realistic picks. And yeah, my dog, sorry, he's just trying to shout out Logan Paul. He wants Logan Paul to win. I think Logan Paul has talent. He actually shows for being a celebrity. He actually does give some kind of a damn for the sport. And I think that Logan Paul will win Money in the Bank this year. I think I'm not like thrilled about it. I don't think I really want him to do it, but if I'm going to give any credit, I think he's going to be like cashing in by surprise. I don't think he's going to do it the night of. He may not even do it at SummerSlam. And because of his part-time status, I think it will be a surprise whenever he does cash in, whether it's a SmackDown or a Raw. Hopefully for Raw, because I don't want to see him be the guy that ends Roman Reigns' 1,000+ title run.
Man, yeah.
Now for my secondary pick, Nakamura was just like my, dark horse, if you will. A secondary pick, I'm going with LA Knight just because of how popular he is, how over he is, how people want him. That would be like if Logan Paul wasn't in it, they probably would just give this to LA Knight, especially since it was rumored in the past that he was going to win it.
All right. Well, good picks, everybody. And we do have a few super chats here. This guy Experience sent in $2. Thank you. Says, Logan cashing in on Seth Rollins in 3 to 6 months from now. I mean, yeah, they have the history. They could run it back, and Logan Paul could tease Seth Rollins and try to get his revenge. I mean, that's another reason that we could see Logan Paul win, because he has the history with both guys, and he's like, you guys beat me, but I'm coming back stronger. I got the briefcase this time, and I know I can beat you with that extra edge. So he could say that in his promos.
Just pull another Brock Lesnar, but instead of making it a boombox, just make it a lunchbox for a bunch of Prime drinks.
Whoa.
Hey, those drinks are good, by the way.
I'll take your word for it.
Are they?
Hey, yeah, I mean, look, by the way, I like Logan Paul's matches, but I don't think he needs to be Money in the Bank winner or world champion. Just saying.
No, he shouldn't be, but it's
such good shit, pal.
Yep. All right, Walter Cruz sent in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Walter, for the generous super chat. He says, I go with LA Knight, first Logan, second. Here's why.
Wait, what?
He goes with LA Knight first and Logan second.
Gotcha.
Remember, Walter doesn't use punctuation, so sometimes it's hard to read his super chats. He says, Logan's not backstage all the time. VKM Vince is known for changing shows last second. He might want someone to cash in unplanned, but you can't do that with Logan.
I mean,
agree or disagree?
I disagree, because if they want Logan to cash in, they'll just call him the same day and say, hey, fly out here, pal. We want you to cash in.
Yeah,
it's not the person that wins the briefcase that controls the cash in. Let's just put it out there. Kayfabe. It's Vince McMahon.
And with Logan being like the Money in the Bank winner and only being a part-timer, he can cash in whenever the hell he wants. Yeah. Like, he's probably not going to be on TV like all that often. So when he comes back, it's going to be a surprise.
The thing is, like, he signed a new deal, and I think the deal is that he's going to be around more often, and he's actually going to be on TV on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah,
really? That would be a good time for him to win Money in the Bank, right? If he's going to be a regular on TV.
It could work as a part-timer too, though, because you could say, "Oh, we never know when he's going to show up. He could show up at any time." I don't know, man, but
And Psycho Jet Black sent in a $5 super chat. Says, "Here's an idea: have Damian Priest win Money in the Bank. Have Bálor win the world title, only to be cashed in by Damian. He takes over Judgment Day, and Finn Bálor turns face." Now, we did have that comment earlier, but he added on Finn Bálor possibly going babyface. Like, who would? I mean, they are teasing like dissension between Finn and Damian, but like, who would replace Bálor in Judgment Day if you did that?
JD McDonough.
yeah,
I was going to say him, yeah.
But isn't Bálor the one that's trying to recruit him?
Yeah, but who's to say that he can't usurp him? I mean,
too much. That super chat is too much. Too much is happening.
Really?
I mean, Finn betrayed Edge and kicked him out of Judgment Day, so it could be an endless cycle of the leaders constantly being kicked out. And
I think Judgment Day is doing good with who they have.
Yeah, I agree.
don't think.
And yeah, there's a possible split coming, but I don't see Damian Priest winning Money in the Bank. I think that he's got his position. He's doing pretty well, but I don't think they're gonna put him at that top level. I'm still not sure they're gonna do it with LA Knight. You know, the guy's 40 and Damian Priest is 40 as well. And they want to push youth. That's the main thing I think that's holding LA Knight back. And if he doesn't win this and doesn't get the big push that everybody wants, I think it's his age, you know, that's
so in this match, who's the youngest guy in the match?
It's either Butch or Logan Paul, isn't it?
That might be Logan Paul, actually.
Might be Logan Paul, actually.
So there you go.
Damn it.
Logan Paul's 28.
Yeah, so there you go. Youth movement, everybody.
Yeah, they'll say, "Oh, you guys are complaining about a youth movement, but
here you
Logan
go.
Paul wins."
Yeah, some youth though can really be foolish. Dummy. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll move on now to the main event of the evening. The Bloodline Civil War. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa going up against the Usos. And I have a feeling whatever happens here is going to set up Roman Reigns' SummerSlam match. Now, what does that mean? How will this match play out? The Usos have left Roman Reigns. Will Solo be next? Will they have a falling out in this match? What is going to happen here? Noah, we will start with you on this one. We'll have you go first and give us your thoughts on this main event match. What do you see happening here, and what's the SummerSlam match for Roman Reigns?
Geez, this is interesting because it's not a championship match, and we've always been saying with Roman Reigns matches that mostly been one-on-one. It's not about the result, it's about the story. The result plays into the story because he needs to defend that title, duh. So obviously, he's not being cashed in on. It's one of those things for the longest time I think about when the Bloodline saga truly began back in 2020. Who was the first part of it? It was Jey Uso, the right-hand man. He was the one that fell in line on defense of his brother. We've seen Jey Uso and Roman Reigns one-on-one. We have not seen, to my knowledge, Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso one-on-one. That will be a first-time ever encounter, blood thicker than water. Right now, this whole paranoia probably feeding Roman Reigns' psyche that is everybody against me, is the wise men against me, is Solo Sikoa against me, will he continue to fall in line, or will he try and, disacknowledge me at this point? Right now, Roman Reigns is at a point where he may not know who to trust, including himself. But in order for something to be set up for SummerSlam, I think the Usos have to win this. It's weird to think that somebody could beat Roman Reigns in the tag match when the tag match is literally all Bloodline. Truth be told, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Bloodline, yes, but let's be honest, Sami Zayn was not truly Bloodline. He was the guy that ate the fall. And Solo Sikoa, he is the safe guy here. He can eat the decision, all right? He's the guy that led by example, was the problem solver back at Backlash, and back at Night of Champions, he was the guy that ate the decision there. Another pinfall on Solo Sikoa, though, maybe Roman Reigns will start questioning if Solo Sikoa is the problem solver, and you build a different butterfly effect from that. So, honestly, it's weird for me to say this, but I think I got to go with the Usos with this. Because if you're going to set up a match for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, one of the Usos has to beat Roman Reigns. And not necessarily pin or submit him, but once again remind him who truly are the ones, because you aren't the one. I'm going with the Usos.
All right. Now, Noah, should we do a bonus point who takes the fall to make it interesting?
We know it's not going to be Roman Reigns, and honestly, any of the other 3 men could be. You want to make it official, boss man? I'm down.
All right, let's do it. Bonus point. Who takes the fall in this match? So Noah, who's taking the fall?
Shoot. Well, Sikoa took the fall at Night of Champions. Would they actually do that twice? The Usos, in my opinion, need to win if I'm going to get some sort of SummerSlam match. Otherwise, Roman Reigns might as well just be like, bossy it. I gotta say Sikoa.
All right. Well, Noah, I am going with the Usos to win. I think it's going to be either Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam or Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Small chance it could be Solo versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, depending on how this goes, if they want to do the Batista Triple H route now. When that rumor came out about the possible upset, this was the match I was thinking of. And I think Roman Reigns is taking the fall here.
Ooh.
His first loss since December of 2019. They keep playing it up on TV. He loses, he takes the pin, and whoever beats him, whether it's Jimmy or Jay, that could potentially set them up for the world title match. They beat Roman Reigns, and he is just completely outraged and just furious, and that sets up the match, and it gets really heated for SummerSlam. So I say Roman Reigns is going to be pinned in this match. He's going to take the fall. Usos will win, and maybe it's Jay getting that match with Roman at SummerSlam. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Wow.
Steve-O, we'll throw it over to you now.
Good Lord. Yeah, you guys put some convincing arguments on here. And I think I'm still going to stick with it, however. I was thinking Roman and Solo wins. To quote Virtue, it's tough to pick against bet against Roman Reigns, if you will.
Let alone pick him to be pinned.
Who faces
Yeah.
Roman at SummerSlam then?
That's the thing I'm trying to figure out here. This is kind of a tough thing. So
Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
You're
please,
fired.
No. Please, oh please, no. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I was like, if this bloodline thing wasn't going on, the Civil War, if you will, I probably would have said AJ Styles and the Good Brothers would be feuding with the bloodline, and AJ Styles, Roman Reigns does another SummerSlam match, but it's probably not going to happen. I think that this stuff is going to continue. I'm just trying to think of how long they're going to drag this out. My personal opinion, I think Roman at this point is going to drop the title finally at WrestleMania 40. I think they're going to actually drag it out that long unless The Rock challenges him. Then I think that it'll continue beyond that, but I'm kind of going off on a tangent. But okay, here's my current theory of what's going to happen for SummerSlam. Bloodline Fatal 4-Way match. It's going to be Roman, Solo, Jimmy, Jey Uso for the undisputed WWE Championship in a Fatal 4-Way match. They're doing the tag team thing right now, but I think that they're going to do some kind of match. Otherwise, it's not going to be Jay or Jimmy, or maybe just the both of them, and they'll do some kind of triple threat deal. Anyways, long story short, some way, somehow, I'm still going to pick Roman and Solo to win, even though I don't really have a good rebuttal on why. It's just Roman Reigns.
It's just hard to bet against Roman, as Virtue says.
It's hard to bet against Roman.
Precisely.
Like it's hard to bet against Charlotte Flair.
All right. And
that
Dwayne
too.
Atkinson sent in $5. Thank you, Dwayne. Says, how about a Bloodline Fatal 4-Way match at SummerSlam?
There we go, Dwayne.
And yeah, I've seen quite a few people in the chat room bring that up, and I didn't even think about that one. They could definitely do that.
I'm going with that. That's what's happening.
SummerSlam. Updated form. There we go.
TJS, what do you think?
Gosh.
Whew. I think that Solo is going to be the one that beats Reigns at WrestleMania 40 after he wins the Rumble. But that's not for this video.
No.
I think that the Usos win here. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I think that they're going to do a handicap match at SummerSlam for the Universal title. Both of the Usos versus Roman. I know how it sounds, but don't forget when Braun Strowman faced The Miz and Morrison in the handicap match for the WWE title. Or maybe it was the Universal. Either way, I think it's going to be the handicap at SummerSlam. I think the Usos are going to win. I think Solo is taking the fall. Because, Aaron, do you think if Roman takes the pin, does that devalue his eventual title loss?
No, because he hasn't lost a match in 3 years. So
yeah, but
he
I'm
can
saying
lose
like
once in a while.
But the person that beats him, they could say, "Yeah, I won the titles and I pinned Roman for the first time." And
well, do they really need both? Just winning the title would be
True.
an accomplishment in itself.
That's true. Yeah, I still think the Usos are winning. I think Solo's taking the fall because I don't see the show ending with Roman and Solo winning and then that just being it. It's going to be a big shocker. The Usos are they're gonna win, and that's how the show's gonna go off the air.
Well, what's the biggest shocker here that could happen? The winner of the Money in the Bank, a Money in the Bank cash in, or one of the Usos pinning Roman Reigns?
Or Dominik winning against Cody.
No one gives a crap about that.
I think Reigns being pinned would be the biggest surprise of the night if that happened, but
damn.
Aaron, I'm very tempted to go with Reigns being pinned here. You're kind of swaying me.
Let's see if something happens tomorrow night on SmackDown that could sway our judgment. Because
it could, solid point.
There's still one last go-home angle, if nothing else, for that match. And to keep in mind with JJ Williams, who brought this retrospective up, the last time Roman Reigns was pinned was way back before he was the freaking tribal chief. And it was Jey Uso that pinned him when they were on opposite sides. Back when Roman Reigns was in the Shield, it was Roman Reigns' first ever pinfall loss.
You know what, Noah? I'm gonna change my pick for now, unless I do my crazy Vince McMahon last minute changes. I was originally gonna say Jimmy would take the pin, but for now, I'm actually gonna reverse course right now and say that the Usos do win the match. Jey Uso pins Roman Reigns. And then that sets up the fatal four-way. Like, Roman's going to be mad at Solo for something happening. Then a big fatal four-way with the bloodline happens at SummerSlam. That's what I'm going with now.
So I figured right now the safest bet is Usos win. One of them, Solo Sikoa, eats the fall. But the craziest thing that could happen, that could be the upset, Usos win, but Roman Reigns eats the fall. That really is your best two options, I think, for this match.
Now I'm almost wondering, TJS.
No, I was going to say, Mikey, what the hell are you talking about? You said that Will Ospreay wasn't going to beat Omega. This guy was arguing in the No DQ private chat, saying, "Oh, there's no way, no way this is going to happen." What are you talking about, man? Get out.
Now that I'm thinking about this four-way match, now I'm wondering if Roman Reigns and Solo will win, but there'll be some kind of miscommunication between Roman and Solo, and then Adam Pearce books a four-way match, and then Roman Reigns doesn't know if Solo can be trusted.
Well, then you have about the four-way. Could you really see the two Usos like fighting each other?
Well, for the opportunity to become the head of the table, that could test.
They'll have that moment in the match where they're staring down, where Solo's knocked out, Roman's knocked out, and they might have to brawl a little bit.
Either that or
I guarantee you, there's going to be a ref bump. And the other thing we got to consider. And I'm just going to it all the time. The greatest character in this entire storyline, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's going to have something up his sleeve, being the wife of the tribal chief, to make this four-way more realistic than we're thinking. Although, to do it at SummerSlam, I almost think they might push this all the way out to Survivor Series.
Yeah, they could, but they need a big match for SummerSlam. They definitely need a high-profile match with these guys.
But we can all agree that it's going to be some form of Roman versus another Bloodline member at SummerSlam.
At this point, yes.
Absolutely.
There's no other way I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
so much.
Yes.
Because, Psycho Jet Black sent in $2 and says, what if Cody helps the Usos win against Roman Reigns? Cody's got Brock Lesnar to deal with. It's almost certainly going to be the SummerSlam match, the third match between them. And, Cody's got other stuff he's dealing with.
The gatekeeper to the main event to preoccupy Cody Rhodes from finishing his story, which, again, people wonder, maybe he finishes at WrestleMania 40 in a city full of history. Be a Rocky moment, I guess. I don't know at this point.
Yeah, I want to know how you have the Usos be on the same brand as Roman and Solo after this feud. I think they need to be traded to Raw immediately after this feud ends.
But Paul Heyman might try and pull some strings and do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they might, but I see this going on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was
All
gonna
right,
say, how
guys.
is this feud gonna end if they're on the same brands, especially
Exactly.
past SummerSlam?
Yeah.
So
Losers leaves town.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We got a lot of possibilities with it, and as far as my prediction goes, I'll stick with what I said. But Noah, you're right. We got SmackDown, and we have to see how that plays out. I might change my pick.
Is that
Just-
being taped right now?
No, they're doing it in London. It'll be like on a tape delay by a couple hours, I think.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it for Money in the Bank. Should be a fun show on Saturday night, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go ahead and do our plugs. Steve-O, welcome back. As I said earlier, anything you would like to plug and promote?
for right now, I will just promote my Twitter. It's at SteveOJ, as you can see in here. I'm always on Twitter talking wrestling, video games, random TV knowledge. And you can follow my group, Too Sweet Cosplay, at Too Sweet Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as well. They just had a shout out to Wildcard. He just ran the ASEN photo shoot, so you might see some cosplay photos up from there. I'm always willing to have a good chat on Facebook or Twitter, though, so at me at SteveOJ. Thanks for letting me be on the video. It's always a pleasure to talk wrestling with you guys.
Yep, definitely a pleasure to have you on every time. TJS, what would you like to plug?
Nothing.
But you are the attitude of no
No. Yeah. No. Follow me on Twitter. My handle's below. NoDQ.com/TJS. Takes you to my Facebook. Feel free to add me. Thank you for letting me be on, guys. It was a privilege.
Yep.
I love these prediction videos. They're really fun. I like brainstorming and everything.
Yeah, these
so,
are always a blast. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks again, guys, and enjoy Saturday afternoon. Perfect time slot.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Noah Foster, Simple Man, go ahead and tell us where we can find you on social media.
Well, as always, it's a pleasure. Good luck to everybody on the team in Galaxy. The forum is in the chat. The forum will be on my Twitter, shortly pinned to my page. And you can find me simply at mfoster1916 at YouTube and Twitter for all things registered to the W family. We'll also, of course, be across the Motherverse Media for our expansion kickoff ahead of Money in the Bank, Saturday, July 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'll be giving you the play-by-play and the preview, of course, along JJ Williams, possible stats by Statboy, and of course, I'm sure the founder, good old JM, will make an appearance too. There'll also be a city predicting panel tomorrow night live on my Super YouTube channel, where the Galaxy side of things and us will convene and further discuss Money in the Bank. Christopher Rotz, JJ Williams, Jeff Chadwick, possibly Dwayne, I have to double check, and maybe even Jeff Meacham. So stay tuned for more on that, because you never know who might show up on city predicting, just like these predictions panels. Because as always, what am I but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling, damn it! But I digress. As I always like to conclude, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, and protect your mentality too. Treasure your families and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that.
All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to everybody watching this. Buy Virtue's new merchandise over at nodq.com/.
Oh, wait hold on. What is Mikey saying? Yeah, Osprey.
What's going on now?
Oh,
He's in the... Mikey, it doesn't matter if it makes sense. It's still going to happen.
DJS, don't interrupt Boss Man.
I'm sorry.
Trying to close this out. That wasn't even a super chat.
You
You're
guys
both
could
bad on that.
You guys could argue on the No DQ private chat for our entertainment. Anyways,
Hey, Aaron, real quick question. Are you
Yeah.
doing a collision stream after Money in the Bank?
It's taped.
No.
It's
taped.
taped.
the results
Oh,
will be out
forget
tonight.
it. Okay.
So, guys,
All right.
stay tuned to nodq.com for the very latest. I'll be doing the live coverage of Money in the Bank. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy Money in the Bank. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Take care. Stay safe. And say yes to nodq.com. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night, folks.
Good night, No DQ Galaxy.
LA Knight for the win. Yeah.
Hopefully.